Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Extra Mind. Today, the topic is how to create a web application using Eclipse. So here we are making use of Eclipse IDE, which is easily you can download from the internet. And provided that you have to install some softwares, like you have to install a JDK, Java Development Kit. You have to install. After the installation of the Java Development Kit, you can go to this C drive, and you can check for program files, and here you will find Java. So from Java, you will find a JDK, whatever the version of JDK you have installed, and then you have to go to Bean. Okay, and then you have to copy this path. Then you have to copy this path and go to the environment variables. So you have to see, you have to look for edit the system environment variables in this particular case, and you have to click on this environment variable. Then you have to click on the path, and from here you have to click on edit. Then you have to click on new, and you have to paste this over here, and always you have to click on OK. But I have already set the path over here, as you can see on above, so I'm just clicking on cancel, but you have to click OK 3 times, and 3 times I'm clicking on cancel. This is because I have already set the path, and this is actually you are setting the path of JDK into the environment of this operating system. Now, after the JDK has been installed, you have to just download the Eclipse, and you have to start the Eclipse. Remember, this Eclipse is actually for Enterprise Edition, not for Java developers, because it was actually for JSE, Java Standard Edition. This is for Java Enterprise Edition, and here we are going to see how to create a web application. So here I've already created a web application, but I will show you a way how to create a web application. You have to go to the file, then you have to go to new, and then you have to go for dynamic web project. And once you click on this dynamic web project, you have to give the name of the project. Suppose I give the name of the project as demo project. And once I give the name of the project as demo project, here in the runtime environment, you might be blank. It might be blank. Once it is blank, you have to click on this new runtime environment, and from here you have to expand this Apache, and whatever the version of Apache Tomcat that you have downloaded, whether it is 9 or 10 or 10.1, that version you have to select, and then you have to click on next. And after clicking on the next, you have to see that the dynamic web module version is 4.0. It will always be 4.0. You don't have to change this. And then you have to click on next, and here you will see this src main java. Then again you have to click next, and always you can see that these two things you don't need to change, because it is already auto generated. And here you have to click on this generate web.xml deployment descriptor, and you have to click on finish. So once you click on finish, your project will be created. But I will not click on this, as I have already created the project over here, and you have to wait for a few seconds. So you can see this will be actually the architecture of the project once you get created. Now here you can see the Java resource, and inside Java resource there are lots of other packages which I have already created. And in this src you can see we have got web apps, and inside web apps you can see a lots of JSP files and HTML files also I have created earlier. Now what you have to do, after you get this web application, first of all you have to run this web application. But before running this web application, you have to see in this web inf, you have to open this web.xml. Once you open this web.xml, lots of tags will be here, but you have to take care of only one tag, and that tag is that welcome file tag. Multiple welcome file tags would be there, but you have to delete all the welcome file tags, and you have to keep only one welcome file tag. And you have to write the name of the file, whether it is a HTML file or JSP file. You have to write the name of the file. Like I have written here home.html. That means I have already created a home.html over here, which I want to make as a landing file. This is going to be the landing page of the application. Means whenever I run the application, the default page that will be executed is home.html, which I have already created here. And when I open this home.html, some HTML codes are written over here, some basic HTML codes. Okay, and with this the associated is a CSS file. I have also created a style.css, and I have attached it with this particular topic. Now you can see here lots of CSS code I have written, and inside this home.html I have attached the CSS file. I have attached the CSS file. And once I have attached the CSS file, this is the style.css. This is the style.css. This is the home.html. Okay, this is home.html, and from this home.html we have got style.css. So we have linked both so that the html look files looks good. We have styled the css. That is totally your choice how to design the website. Now in this web.xml we have built a home.html as the default page. Now here we have written some codes, right? I have created one package. Now if you want to create some package in this particular java resource, so you have to right click on this src. You have to right click on the src, and after right click on the src you have to go to the new, and after going to the new you have to click on this package. Click on this package and you can give any name of the package, anything of your choice, but it would be in small letters like com dot demo dot com dot demo dot college, suppose something like this. Whatever the call package name you give. Okay, but somebody asked that can't we give the college name sorry, the package name as a single word? Yes, of course you can give as the single word, and you have to click on this finish. So this is basically the college, and here you have to click on this finish. So we have already clicked on finish, and once you click on this finish you will get the package over here. Okay, now once you get the package over here, the next thing is that how to create a class. So if you want to create the class, now you right click on this package, go to new, and you simply create a class. So here you can see that there is option for a class. Now if you want to create a class, you can simply give the name, and simply you have to click on this finish. Remember that in java class name always starts with the capital. Okay, you don't have to do anything, and you have to simply click on finish, and once you click on finish the class will be automatically created. Here I have already created a class called mysqlcon. mysqlcon. Okay, so mysqlcon is nothing but it basically contains the jdbc, and I have written some sql query which I will explain in the next video. But it contains the jdbc, okay, database connectivity, okay, which I will explain in the next video. Now the next is when you want to create one any servlet. Okay, so how to create a servlet? For creating a servlet, I have taken a default package. Default package you don't have to create. If you directly right click on this src, okay, and you go to the new, and here you just simply just click on this servlet. Okay, and you give a servlet class name like a demo servlet, and you have to simply click on this next. Okay, and then you have to click on this next, and simply you have to click on this finish. Once you click on this finish, automatically inside the default package, you don't need to create the default package. Default package will be automatically created. Okay, and here you can see that we have already created first servlet. Okay, you can see that I have also created one student servlet. Okay, you student servlet, this will all the codes will be auto generated. Okay, auto generated, and the name of the servlet is a student servlet, which extends http servlet. Okay, http servlet class, right? And you will get a two ready-made function, that is the do get and do post. Okay, so I will explain this do get and do post in the next class. Okay, and here you will also get a constructor. If you need the constructor, well and good. If you don't need the constructor, you can remove it, and you can also remove this serial version uid. Okay, which value is already initialized to 1l. So you can, if you want, you can keep it. If you don't, then you can simply remove the values also. But you have to keep this do get and do post functions. We will require this in the next video, how to, or in the next instance, how to make use of this servlet. So this is how you can create a class, you can create a servlet. Now how to create a html file or a jsp file? Simply like you have to click on this web app. In this particular case, you have to click on this web app, and right click on this web app, and you have to go to new. And if you want to create a html file, you can create html file. If you want to create a jsp file, you can create a jsp file. Just give a name to it and simply click on finish. In this case, if you want to do next, you are free to do. If you don't, then simply click on finish, and that's it. So your html file and jsp file will be created. There is not much difference between the contents of the jsp file and html. So html file looks like this, and jsp file also looks like the same as the html. You can see over here only one thing is extra, that in html file there is it starts with a doc type html, but in form.jsp it starts with a tag. Okay, it starts with a tag, right? It starts with a directive tag, and the directive tag says that a page and language is java. Means here you can embed html code by default, but at the same time you can write java code also inside jsp. Okay, but this is not possible inside html. That's why we don't get that tag. Okay, so this is how you will create the jsp and the html file. Now if you want to run this particular application, how to run this? This is the root directory web application that we created, right? You simply right click on it. After right clicking on it, just go to the run as, run on server, run on server. Now you will get the local host. Sometimes you might get like this, so you expand it, and here you will click on this tomcat. My version is 9, so I will click on next. Then you select the application which you want to run, and you simply click on this finish. Once you click on this finish, automatically the application will start and it will get executed in the browser automatically. So you don't have to do anything. If your project doesn't contain any error, automatically it will be get executed in the browser, or else you might get an error. So you can see that at the localhost port 8080 my application gets executed. Okay, so here is the home, here is about, here is services, here we have the contact, okay, which we have already created a form, and there we have the feedback. So all these things are automatically you are getting in the output. And here you can see the html file is here. Okay, sorry, the JSP file is here. You can also make these things in the HTML also, provided you won't be able to write Java code inside HTML, and in JSP you can embed the HTML codes very easily. Okay, so this is all for today. Thank you so much. We'll meet again in the next video.